And indeed, Isa will be a sign for knowledge of the hour. So be not in doubt of it, and follow me. This is a straight path. Meaning Isa a.s. is going to return when Allah decides. And never let shaitan avert you. Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy. So these kind of arguments, these are from who? Shaitan. Allah clarifies the matter of Isa a.s. And when Isa brought clear proofs, He said, I have come to you with wisdom, and to make clear to you some of that over which you differ. So fear Allah and obey me. Indeed, Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship Him. This is a straight path. But the denominations from among them differed and separated. So woe to those who have wronged from the punishment of a painful day. Meaning, Isa a.s. never claimed to be God. He never told people to worship Him. This is something that came up afterwards. So even if people worship Isa a.s., that doesn't make Him an idol. That doesn't make Him a false God. In the sense that He never wanted that for Himself. Are they waiting except for the hour to come upon them suddenly while they perceive not? Meaning, why are they delving in such useless arguments? What are they waiting for? الْأَخِلَّاءُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. Close friends, best friends that day will be enemies to each other. Today they laugh together. Tomorrow they will be enemies to one another, except for the righteous. You see, the basis of friendship should be what? Iman in Allah, and also taqwa of Allah, fear of Allah. Otherwise, if with our friends we forget Allah and we do things without even thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgetting taqwa, then this kind of friendship, remember, it will be short-lived. It will not continue in the hereafter. It will never last. In fact, this kind of friendship will turn into enmity on the Day of Judgment. I mean, we see this in this world also, that friends together sometimes they do foolish things. Right? Foolish things. Just pick up the phone and start calling random phone numbers and just randomly bother people. But then what happens when they get in trouble? What happens? They blame each other. Then they don't defend each other. They don't help each other. What do? They turn against each other, leave each other. Imagine on the Day of Judgment what will happen. This friendship will turn into enmity. Jundub radhiyallahu anhu, he said that I heard from the Prophet ﷺ 5 days before his death. So 5 days before Rasulullah ﷺ died, he said that, O people, I stand acquitted before Allah that I took any of you as a friend. Meaning, I did not take anyone of you as a Khalil. For Allah has taken me as His Khalil, as He took Ibrahim as His Khalil. Had I taken anyone from my ummah as a Khalil, I would have taken Abu Bakr. But even Abu Bakr is not my Khalil. Who is my Khalil? Only Allah is. Because firstly, the fact is that no human being is deserving of our ultimate and absolute love. Not even a friend. Not even a friend, a supporter, a kind person like Abu Bakr. First and number one is Allah and only Allah. Allah alone. And then among people, yes, there is friendship, but it is of a lower level. There is love, but it will be of a lesser degree. And that too should be based on fear of Allah, taqwa of Allah. It should be according to Allah's directives. It should be for the sake of Allah. And when this kind of friendship exists between people, this kind of love exists between people, love for Allah, which is under the love of Allah, for the sake of Allah, because it grows you in your love of Allah, this kind of friendship, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah will say on the Day of Resurrection, where are those who loved each other for my sake, for my glory? Today I shall shelter them in my shadow, where there is no other shadow but my shadow. So this kind of love and friendship, this is something that will bring honor on the Day of Judgment. And what do you say about that friendship which prevents a person from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That will be a source of ultimate regret for a person. So if there is anyone who is taking us far from Allah, why? Because they themselves are not fearful of Allah, then detach your heart from them. I'm not saying cut them off, because you can't always do that. Detach your heart from them. Why? Otherwise, they will also influence you. Ya ibadi la khawfun alaykum al-yawm wa la antum tahzanun. Allah will say, O my servants, who are the muttaqeen, O my servants, no fear will there be concerning you this day, nor will you grieve. You who believed in our verses and were Muslims, you surrendered to Allah. Enter paradise, you and your kinds, your spouses, delighted. Meaning, a person, if he is on the haqq, if he loves Allah, and those whom he loves also love Allah, then such people will be kept together. Friends, relatives, couples, parents and children, siblings, they'll be kept together. Antum wa azwajukum tuhbarun. You will be delighted. Circulated among them will be plates and vessels of gold, and therein is whatever the souls desire, and what delights the eyes, and you will abide therein eternally. وَأَنْتُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. The Prophet ﷺ said that in Jannah, their utensils will be of gold, and their combs will be of gold and silver. Can you imagine? Hairbrush, comb of gold and silver. And even when the wood is used, right, it will be of aloe, meaning very good quality wood, meaning every kind of luxury in Jannah. And that is paradise, which you are made to inherit for what you used to do. بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. For you therein is much fruit from which you will eat.